Hello guys and welcome to 2023. Yes, it is January. Yes, as you anticipated, everybody's going to be sitting there saying, this year's my year. This year I'm going to make this happen. This is my list of plans. This is what is going to happen. Now, what are you actually doing? So January is here. It is upon us. Have you made any changes? Have you started planning your year? Or are you still just sitting there twiddling your thumbs thinking about it? So this is one thing that I think is probably one of the biggest misconceptions in the fitness industry, is that people believe that January is when this big rush happens, or this crazy boom of new starters in the gym, or people wanting to get fit, or people wanting to begin or start their new fitness journey. Now, realistically, what people have got to take into consideration here or anticipate is you are still within that kind of post-Christmas period or post-Christmas phase. Now, what do I mean by this? January, there is still a shit ton of food and a shit ton of alcohol still laying around. You are going to be tempted. Potentially worries about money, worries about income because you just had an indulgent period of time over Christmas. There are still going to be many factors that are going to worry you or make you feel anxious or potentially make you question starting in your goals. Now, does that mean you should start or does that mean you should wait? No, of course you should start. You should start instantly. Like the only thing that somebody should worry about is literally just beginning the journey. It doesn't have to be something that is stupidly expensive. It doesn't have to be something that, completely breaks the bank or completely restricts your life. I think one of the main things I see a lot of people do around this January time is they literally go balls to the wall. They go all in. They think, right, I've had this incredibly indulgent Christmas period. I've had this really extravagant, really out there, I've literally smashed the arse out of it Christmas. So they think that to reverse those effects or to start off their new, whether it's a newbie to the gym, whether it's someone that's now looking to compete for the first time, or whether it's someone who's experienced competitor that is now getting back into, say, another season. Either way, you all have the same considerations to take into account. It's just been Christmas. There's been so many things that have happened. You're not just going to instantly jump straight back in head first. Now, okay, if you're a seasoned competitor, yes, you probably would because you've done the rodeo a few times. If it's your first time competing, you are taking on something that, unless you've done a shit ton of research and you have a coach already, you're probably a little bit underprepared for. So you want to now gain as much knowledge, as much understanding, as much practice as possible to then go into the deep end of preps. If this is your beginning journey of entering a gym, go easy on yourself. You don't have to be Ronnie Coleman as soon as you walk into the gym. Now, what is the best way of doing this? It's simple. Just start. Just begin. Literally whatever day dot or the first step of your progress is, just do it. Now, for the first time in the gym, this could be just joining the gym. Go into the gym however many days a week. Still, if you've got food left over, you can still utilize that. You can still count macros. You can still include that in your daily expenditure or your input. So don't panic about that. If it's your first time from, say, a general kind of gym goer to the first time competitor or first time bodybuilder entering in their first show, then I would say this is a time where you have to button up. You have to really tighten ship, go, right, okay, this is what I did last year. This is what I want to do this year. Now we go for it. You've got Christmas out of the way. You've got New Year's out of the way. All the distractions are done. If you've got leftover food, cool. You can still utilize it. There's stuff that you can utilize in off plans. There's stuff you can utilize if you track your macros. If you're that scared of the food, give it to friends and family. Don't throw it away. Just give it to other people. Alcohol, put the fucking lid on, put it away. Doesn't have a purpose for you. If you're a seasoned competitor, your whole sole objective is to be better than what you were last year. So the easiest way of doing that is look at areas of what you did last year and that you can improve on this year. Were there areas that you could progress in more? Are you going to the gym and are you just winging it in each session? Are you tracking and progressing each lift? Are you looking at your periodization? Are you looking at your volume markers? Are you looking at volume that you can recover from and volume you can adapt from? Or are you just literally going and just banging out exercises because you like that exercise? There's so many applications that can be put into a seasoned competitor that I think the vast majority still probably aren't doing. Now, I think if we were all doing that and we're all doing it for a certain amount of time, we would be the next Ronnie Coleman. figure of speech. But it's one of those things. I think the main thing, obviously, is different ends of the spectrum. I'm trying to tailor the video to suit everybody because I know I have different levels of audience watching. So if you're new to the gym, the sole objective or ease of purpose is just go into the gym. You're probably going to be a bit nervous. You're going to be a bit anxious. You're going to think that everybody's watching you. Nobody's fucking watching you because they were too worried about what they're doing, or they're too busy staring at some woman doing squats or something. That is typically speaking of gym, unless you're going to a decent one. If you are a first timer stepping into the competitive world, now's the time to hire a coach. It's the time to learn, it's the time to adapt, it's the time to grow, it's the time to learn about what these next phases are going to go. Because, you know, I see people go back to the gym within the first couple of months, January, February, March, April, and they go, right, I'm going to compete now. I'm now going to look for a coach while I start prep. Terrible idea. Like, don't get me wrong, yes, you're going to need a coach through prep, but if it's me, that coach will want time to work with you, time to understand how your physicalities and your anatomy responds. You know, people will diet differently, people will grow differently. I'll use myself for example. I can now grow very well because I've spent the time with my coach learning how to do that. He has educated me in a way to know how my body grows for me. Before that, I could get absolutely shredded in no time at all. To grow, very difficult, very difficult. But I educated myself, I found someone to educate me and do it for me. So it's time where you now need to do the things that you're not doing to achieve the things that you want to achieve. Same with seasoned competitors. Why didn't you get the places that you want last year? Why didn't you get the overall, the pro card? Why are you not at that next level that you're trying to obtain today? What is it that you didn't do last season that you now need to do this season to make those changes come? And this could be leaving your ego at the door. This could be leaving the attachment and psychological love and emotion that you attach to programming. Say, for example, if you love deadlifting, it might not have a single purpose for what your goal is. So what's the point in doing it? Yeah, you might like it, but what's the point in doing something if you like it, it's going to take you further away from your goal? Well, but do you need to do it? I don't care. Like, if it's not serving a purpose for your goal, why are you doing it? Like, there's elements to this that different from stage 1 to stage 765. There are so many different aspects, but the person who's just starting the gym, yeah, you can go and love the gym. You can just go and do shit. You can do whole body workouts every day if you want to do that because you're just finding the love for the gym. Somebody who's now stepping into the kind of bodybuilding realm to that kind of pro card status or elite status of bodybuilding, you have to tighten up. Like, now's not time to miss days or skip stuff. Like, there is no time like the present. If you want that goal bad enough, you will make those things happen. So guys, a couple of January considerations to take into account. If you're just starting the gym, just do it. Jump in, go for it, enjoy it, find your love for it. It might not be for you after a couple of months, that's cool. Don't let people put you off. Don't let the fucking gym, I was gonna say something else, gym muppets then put you off by saying, oh, look at all these January new starters. You have just as right to be in that state, in that place than what any other person does. So fuck them. The people who wanted to get into bodybuilding, get into it. But find someone to help you. Find someone to guide you through it. Find someone that will take you through a diet, a massing block, maintenance phases. Just so you know what each one is before you actually start a prep. Because there's nothing worse than beginning a prep halfway through going, shit, this is fucking harder than what I thought. Because your world's going to come crashing very quickly. The seasoned competitors, pull your finger out your ass. Do the things that you don't want to do to become the things that you aim to be. Find someone that's going to educate you. Find someone that's going to motivate you. This might not just mean going with big name coaches, because people think that they will get higher placings with big name coaches. They don't have a say in what your placing is. They have nothing to do with the judges, so stop thinking that. Do the things that you need to do to grow, to be better, to be improved. That's what you need to do. Anyway, guys, much love, as always. Stay blessed. If you have any questions, anything off the back of this video, please don't hesitate to ask. Happy New Year. Much love, and I'll see you all soon.